Welcome back, Army and Global Trend Watchers. Today, we're diving into a narrative that feels like a high-stakes crossover between Architectural Digest and a world-class spy thriller. We are in February 2026, and the air is thick with anticipation. The biggest group on the planet hasn't just conquered the charts, they are literally carving their names into the soil of the American dream. Have you ever wondered what happens when global icons with a combined influence that can shift stock markets decide to plant roots in the most exclusive zip codes of the United States? Is it about the prestige of Beverly Hills, the artistic soul of New York, or perhaps a hidden sanctuary in the valleys of Montana? As BTS officially reclaims their throne in this post-military era, their financial moves are becoming the stuff of legend. But which member is looking to trade the Han River view for the Pacific Coast Highway? Who is secretly scouting for a genius lab upgrade in the heart of Los Angeles? And who just shocked real estate moguls by eyeing a property that no one saw coming? Are they moving for work, for love, or for a legacy that transcends music? Buckle up, because we're about to rank the BTS members based on their burning desire to own a piece of America this year. You won't believe who claimed the top spot. It's a move that redefines everything we thought we knew about their future plans. Ready to see who's packing their bags for a permanent U.S. address? Let's get into it. Number 7. Jimin, the tactical investor, calculating the global move. When we talk about Park Jimin, we're talking about a man whose elegance is matched only by his razor-sharp precision in business. It's February 2026, and while the world sees the ethereal performer, the filter singer has been quietly building a real estate empire that would make a Wall Street broker blush. Jimin has always been the king of calculated moves. Remember his strategic acquisitions in South Korea? He doesn't just buy buildings, he buys futures. But why is he at number 7 on our list of U.S. property seekers? Because Jimin is a perfectionist of the highest order. He doesn't want a house in America, he wants the house. The atmosphere around his current search is described by insiders as surgical. Jimin has been spotted, metaphorically of course, looking into high-security, ultra-modern penthouses in Manhattan, specifically areas that offer total anonymity. Why New York? For Jimin, it's about the blend of high fashion, contemporary dance circles, and the absolute privacy that the concrete jungle can offer a global superstar. He's not in a rush to buy a sprawling mansion with a backyard that requires a map. He's looking for a sleek, vertical fortress that mirrors his own refined aesthetic. The emotional weight of this move is heavy. It's about Jimin finally feeling at home in a Western landscape that once felt so foreign. He's been reflecting on his journey from Busan to the world stage, and a U.S. base represents a graduation of sorts. However, he remains at 7 because his loyalty to his soul roots is still incredibly strong. He's looking, he's interested, and he has the cash. We're talking paid-in full cash. But for Jimin, the U.S. property is a strategic satellite rather than a primary nest. He wants a place where he can watch the sunrise over the Atlantic while sipping tea, planning his next move to dominate the global dance scene. The question isn't if he will buy, but which architectural masterpiece is worthy of the name Park Jimin. Number 6. Jin, the worldwide handsome traditionalist, choosing a legacy for the Kim family. As we move to the 6th spot, we encounter a story that is as much about family as it is about real estate. Kim Sek-jin, the eldest who has always carried the mantle of the supportive pillar, is approaching the American market with a heart full of tradition and long-term vision. It is February 2026, and Jin has officially been back from his service for quite some time, settling back into his role as a global icon. But while others might be looking for hype properties to showcase their status, Jin's focus is remarkably different, and frankly, quite touching. Known for his hyodo, or filial piety, having famously gifted his parents a multi-million-dollar apartment in Hanam the Hill years ago, Jin is now looking to expand that protective wing across the Pacific. Sources close to the luxury real estate circle in California have whispered about a very specific set of requirements being sent out by Jin's representatives. He isn't looking for a flashy bachelor pad in West Hollywood. No, Jin is reportedly scouting for a legacy estate in the quiet, prestigious enclaves of Montecito, or perhaps the rolling hills of Northern California. Why? Because for Jin, an American home isn't just a place to stay during tour dates. It's a sanctuary for his family to enjoy the normal life he's worked so hard to provide. Imagine the worldwide handsome star, away from the flashing lights, walking through a private vineyard or a sun-drenched garden with his brother and parents. The emotional depth here is staggering. It's the reflection of a man who has reached the pinnacle of fame and realized that the greatest luxury is peace for his loved ones. He's at number 6 because his approach is slow, deliberate, and deeply private. He's not buying for the now, he's buying for the next 50 years. He wants a kitchen large enough to host massive family dinners and a view that reminds him of how far he's come from being a trainee who just wanted to make his father proud. There's a quiet intensity to his search, a sense that this purchase will be the final piece of his financial fortress. He's looking at properties with historical character, something that has soul, much like his own music. As we watch Jin navigate this, one can't help but wonder, is this move a hint that he plans to spend more time behind the scenes, perhaps as a producer or a mentor, while his family enjoys the American sun? The mystery remains, but one thing is certain, Jin's American dream is colored by the love of his family.
Number 5. RM, the intellectual architect, creating a bridge between East and West. Standing at number 5 is the man who doesn't just buy property, he buys a canvas for his soul. It's February 2026, and Kim Namjoon is no longer just a rapper or a leader. He is a titan of the global art world. While the rest of the world is fixated on the Billboard charts, RM is currently making waves in the high-end real estate markets of San Francisco and the Pacific Northwest. Why the sudden shift to the U.S. West Coast? The answer lies in his monumental partnership with the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art, SFMOA, for his upcoming exhibition later this year. For RM, owning a home in America is a functional necessity for his life as a curator and a bridge builder between cultures. He isn't looking for the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. He is searching for a modernist sanctuary that can house his ever-growing collection of masters like Yan Hyung-kun and George Nakashima furniture. Insiders say he has been eyeing properties that feature massive museum-grade gallery spaces, high ceilings, and an abundance of natural wood. Structures that feel less like a house and more like a living, breathing installation. The emotional weight of this search is profound. RM has often spoken about the boundaries between his life in Korea and his global influence, and this February 2026 property hunt is his way of finally dissolving those borders. He wants a place where he can host late-night intellectual salons with international artists, a quiet corner where he can read Walden under an American oak tree, and a high-security vault for his priceless artifacts. He is at number 5 because his desire is intensely specific and mission-driven. He isn't buying out of a whim. He is building a permanent base for Namjooning on a global scale. This is about establishing a legacy that says, I was here and I brought my culture with me. As he scouts for these intellectual manners, one can't help but feel that RM is preparing for a future where he is as much a fixture in the Smithsonian or SFMOA as he is on the Grammy stage. He's looking for a home that breathes, one that has a small but sturdy bridge to both his Korean roots and his American aspirations. Will he choose a brutalist masterpiece in the hills of San Francisco or a secluded forest retreat in Washington state? The world waits as the philosopher king of BTS prepares to sign the most artistic deed of his life.
Number 4. Suga, the sonic architect, building a multi-million-dollar genius lab in the Hollywood Hills. At number 4, we are talking about the man of silence and stone-cold ambition, Min Yoongi. It's February 2026, and while the Arirang era is officially taking over the world, Suga has been operating in the shadows with the precision of a master strategist. If RM is looking for an art gallery, Suga is looking for a fortress of sound. Reports from high-end real estate insiders in Los Angeles have exploded with rumors that Suga has set his sights on a zero-gravity architectural marvel perched high in the Hollywood Hills. Why is this move so significant right now? Because for Yoongi, the U.S. isn't just a tourist stop anymore, it's the new headquarters for his production empire. In this post-military chapter, Suga isn't just a rapper, he is the most sought-after producer in the global industry, and he needs a space that matches his legendary genius lab, but on a scale that can accommodate orchestral recordings and world-class collaborations. The emotional narrative behind this search is incredibly raw. Suga has always been the member who fought the hardest for his place in the sun, rising from the cold studios of Daegu to the highest peaks of the Billboard charts. Owning a home in the heart of the American music industry is his ultimate mic drop to those who ever doubted the global reach of K-pop. The property he's reportedly scouting is a brutalist-inspired concrete and glass mansion featuring a custom-built, soundproof underground wing that would make Hans Zimmer jealous. There's a deep reflection here on his need for truth and solitude. Sources say he specifically requested a location where he can see the entire city of LA below him, but where not a single soul can hear him working at 3 a.m. He's at number 4 because this isn't just a lifestyle choice, it's a professional declaration of war. He is planting a flag in America to say that his music has no borders. This February, as he finalizes his Shining Minds charity projects and prepares for the 2026 World Tour, the acquisition of this U.S. base signifies his transition into a global mogul. Can you imagine the hits that will be born in that hillside sanctuary? The mystery is no longer if he will buy, but which Hollywood legend's former estate he is currently transforming into the world's most advanced private recording studio. Number 3. J-Hope, the vibrant visionary, transforming a $9 million LA penthouse into a permanent Hope World headquarters. If there's one member who truly lives the work hard, play hard mantra, it's our sunshine, Jungkook. It is February 2026, and J-Hope isn't just looking, he's already making moves that have set the luxury market in Los Angeles on fire. After being spotted staying in a mind-blowing 12 billion won, $9 million mansion in the hills during his recent solo projects, the on-the-street star has reportedly decided that renting is no longer enough. Sources close to the I Live Alone production, where he famously gave a glimpse into his U.S. lifestyle, suggest that Hobie is finalizing the purchase of a permanent high-rise sanctuary in the heart of L.A. This isn't just a house, it's a 110 pyong architectural masterpiece that bridges the gap between a high-end fashion showroom and a futuristic music studio. Why Los Angeles? Because for J-Hope, the city represents the ultimate intersection of street dance culture, fashion, and the limitless energy he craves for his next creative chapter. The emotional narrative here is electric. This February, J-Hope has been seen liquidating some of his older Seoul assets, like his famous Trimmage apartment, not because he's downsizing, but because he's reinvesting every ounce of his net-rich status into a global legacy. Imagine a home where every corner is curated with KAWS sculptures, vibrant contemporary art, and a massive walk-in closet that rivals a flagship store on Rodeo Drive. But beneath the worldwide icon aesthetic lies a deeply reflective reason for this purchase. J-Hope has shared with his inner circle that having a permanent home in America is his way of staying hungry.
He wants to wake up to the California sun, looking out at the palm trees and be reminded that the world is still wide open for him to conquer. He is at number 3 because his desire is no longer a dream, it's a finalized reality. He's looking for a space where he can host the entire BTS crew for their 2026 tour rehearsals, a place that feels like Hope World in the flesh. As he balances his role as a rainbow member of the industry and a savvy investor, one question lingers. Is this LA penthouse just the beginning of a larger American empire for Hody? The stakes have never been higher, and the view from his new balcony has never been brighter.
Number 2. V, the romantic collector, looking for a cinematic soul retreat in the American countryside. As we enter the top 2, the narrative shifts from the high rises of the city to the soul of the landscape. It is February 2026, and Kim Tae-young, the man who has spent the last few years being the most valuable global icon, is looking for something that money can't easily buy: a feeling. While the media has been buzzing about his record-breaking $10 million cash purchase of a PH-129 penthouse in Seoul's Cheongdam-dong just months ago, Tae-young's heart is reportedly wandering far beyond the borders of South Korea. Rumors from the elite international real estate circle suggest that V has been quietly inquiring about sprawling, historic estates in the American South, specifically the horse country of Kentucky or the artistic high desert plains of New Mexico. Why such unconventional locations for a global pop star? Because for Tae-young, the U.S. isn't a playground for fame, it's a canvas for his romantic, old soul sensibilities. The emotional depth of this search is like something out of a classic film. Those close to him say that Tae-young is yearning for a place where he can truly disappear into his art. He's looking for a property with cinematic character. Think wide-open fields, rustic stone architecture, and enough land to house a private sanctuary for his beloved Yeontan and perhaps a stable for horses. In February 2026, as he reflects on his journey from a farm boy in Daegu to the pinnacle of global luxury, this American search feels like a full-circle moment. He's at number 2 because his desire to buy is fueled by a profound need for artistic breathing room away from the suffocating lens of the paparazzi. He doesn't want a glass box in LA. He wants a home that feels like a jazz record sounds, warm, timeless, and a little bit mysterious. Imagine V, dressed in vintage Celine, painting on a massive outdoor terrace as the sun sets over the American wilderness. This move isn't about status, it's about the preservation of his soul in a world that constantly demands a piece of it. He is searching for a winter bear sanctuary that will allow him to age like fine wine, away from the noise, but close to the nature he loves. The question isn't whether he will buy, but whether America has a landscape beautiful enough to satisfy the aesthetic standards of Kim Tae-young.
Number 1. Jungkook, the global pop titan, claiming the crown with a modern fortress in the heart of the American dream. The moment we've all been waiting for has arrived, and the name at the top of this list is none other than the golden maknae himself, Jungkook. It is February 2026, and while the world is still reeling from the news of BTS's massive 70-date Arirang World Tour, Jungkook is making a move that signals a tectonic shift in the music industry. Forget the quiet countryside or the artistic salons. Rumors are swirling through the highest echelons of the real estate world that Jungkook is finalizing the purchase of an ultra-modern, high-tech estate in the most exclusive corridor of Los Angeles, likely Bel Air or the Bird Streets. Why is this the number 1 spot? Because this isn't just a house, it's a statement of absolute global dominance. This move comes on the heels of his 2024-2025 run where he cemented himself as a solo powerhouse. And now, in 2026, he is reportedly looking for a command center on American soil that serves as both a private paradise and a professional hub for his Western collaborations. The narrative surrounding this purchase is nothing short of legendary. In early 2026, as he prepares to lead the group into their first U.S. stadium stops in cities like Tampa and Las Vegas, Jungkook's desire for an American base has reached a fever pitch. He is looking for a property that mirrors his own all-rounder personality, a sleek, futuristic architectural marvel featuring a state-of-the-art home gym that would rival an Olympic training center, a private cinema, and a rooftop helipad for maximum privacy. But the emotional reflection here is what truly hits home. Jungkook has spent half his life in the spotlight, and this U.S. home represents his final transition into a global citizen. Sources say he wants a place where he can invite his hyungs to stay during the long 2026-2027 tour, creating a home away from home for the group in the country that has embraced them so fiercely. He is at number 1 because this purchase is the most aggressive and high profile of them all. It's a $20 million plus investment that screams, "I am here to stay." As he looks out over the Los Angeles skyline from his infinity pool this February, Jungkook isn't just looking at a city, he's looking at the future of pop music. This is the ultimate golden move, a sanctuary for a star who has truly conquered the world. The era of Jungkook in America isn't just coming, it's already being built, stone by stone, in the hills of California.
And that, Army, brings us to the end of this high-octane journey through the zip codes of the elite and the hearts of our 7 legends. It's February 2026, and as we've seen, the BTS Chapter 2 isn't just about returning to the stage. It's about a massive, multi-continental expansion of their lives and legacies. From Jimin's tactical Manhattan Tower to Jungkook's Titan-level fortress in the hills of LA, it's clear that the Bangtan footprint is being permanently etched into the soil of the American dream. But as the dust settles on these multi-million-dollar deals and the moving trucks start to roll in, we have to ask ourselves, is this the beginning of a new Western era for the group? With the Arirang World Tour kicking off in just 2 months and the members officially planting roots in the U.S., are we witnessing the transformation of BTS from a K-pop group into a truly borderless global institution? One thing is for sure, whether they are in a quiet vineyard in Northern California or a high-tech studio overlooking Hollywood, their hearts remain connected to the fans who helped them build these palaces. As they prepare to open their doors in 2026, we can't help but wonder, what kind of music will be born within these new walls? What legendary parties and collaborations are about to unfold? The map of the soul has expanded, and the destination is more breathtaking than we ever imagined. Thank you for watching this exclusive Edu-Tainment deep dive. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next breakdown. Until next time, keep dreaming big, just like Bangtan.